I'm going to do is about the roles of the U.S. presidency. So what kind of job does the president have? So we'll discuss the different responsibilities of the president, identify the purpose of the executive branch, and then develop some critical thinking and close reading skills through primary source analysis in small groups that you're going to be divided into later. So each of you, no, we'll do that next. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just divide you guys into groups, if that's okay. So I'm going to come around to each table and give each of you a stick. And each stick will have a color and a label on it that I'll explain later. And once I go ahead and give you your stick, go ahead and move to a different table. I'd like to have purples at this table, greens at that table, reds at that table where Mushtak is, and did I say blue already? No. Okay, and I will have blues at Hajam's table over here. So blues are here. What did I say was for reds? Yes. Oh, sweet. Here's our blue. And who's missing one? I'm the red. Red. Okay. Purple. This is perfect. Excellent. Okay. So as you guys can see on your sticks, there is a different label. So I've given each of you a role for your group work, which I'll explain as we go along. I just wanted to go ahead and get you guys set up before we started moving along. So one of you is a facilitator, recorder, some of you are a summarizer, some of you are not, and a presenter. So I'll come back to these roles later, but if you really don't like the role that you're in, feel free to switch amongst yourselves. Like if you're really shy and you don't want to present, that's fine, you can give it to someone else, but make sure everyone's working equally, it would be really good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about our classroom management, because it's the first day of class and you guys should know the rules of the class. So have you guys ever heard the word decorum before? No one's heard this word? Okay, it's a fancy word for rules. Thomas Jefferson wrote a book called Decorum and Civility in the House of Representatives. And since we are teaching government, why not treat our classroom like the government? We'll have decorum instead of rules. Can everyone read this okay? No. Okay, then can I have one person in the front read rule number 1, and we'll go through these together as a class really quickly. Eric, thank you for volunteering.
Make a quorum, be on time, and be prepared to learn.
Does everyone know what a quorum is? It's when you have enough people together to make decisions. So I would like to see all of you every day. I'll go ahead and just go through the rest of them. Number 2, maintain parliamentary behavior, so be respectful to yourself and others. 3, make a motion to adjourn, so if you want to leave the room to go to the restroom, you can have an adjournment path to the men's room or the ladies' room. And on the back, there are fun facts about the Constitution, so you can have fun in the bathroom. Okay, number 4, only use electronic devices when the whole class is given permission by the teacher. So sometimes we'll have activities where you can use your cell phone to do in polls, but otherwise, please don't text, pull out laptops, anything else. I'll have to take them from you, and I really don't want to do that, because they're expensive, and you know. Okay, number 5, this is more of a personal one. Eating and drinking, please keep it discreet. I understand it's around lunchtime, you're probably hungry, but if I smell it, and if it's really loud, I hope you're planning to share with everyone, because I am going to want to eat it too. And then this last rule, the teacher may make any means necessary and proper to enforce the classroom decision. So there's a little flexibility. All right, and then over here, you guys have seen these before. I thought it was fun. This is the Homeland Security Advisory System. So instead of, we don't have terrorist threats in this classroom, but I can call up the principal if anyone's being in trouble. So as long as you guys are following the rules, we'll stay on low, but you can get up to severe threats. Okay, on to the presidency. So, does anyone know what the U.S. president does? Can I just get, you can just make something up if you want. Mushtak. What is an idea? What do you think his job is?
Isn't he like the ruler of the country?
That is. Could I have a volunteer to write some of these answers on the whiteboard? Mushtak, thank you. So right, he's the ruler of the country. Anything else? I mean, there's no like super wrong answer here.
He goes to Camp David.
He totally goes to Camp David. Who doesn't love Camp David? I wish I could go. Anything else? Alyssa?
He's voted for.
Yeah, people vote for him. Like he's one of the citizens. He's part of this country. voted by the people, for the people. Any other responses? You guys are all doing a super great job. Okay, well I heard a lot of really correct answers there. So
You're talking fast and I can
I'm really sorry. What was the third thing? So he goes to Camp David, he meets with foreign dignitaries, he's voted by the people, for the people. Anything else? I mean, he's one of the citizens, he's elected from a political party, he has a lot of influence. You're great. You don't even have to write it all down. You're doing awesome. Okay.
Okay.
I think this is good. I think this is good. We can move on so we can get to our activity. All right, so there are 8 different roles or so-called jobs of the president. The first of which he's the chief of state. So this is kind of like what the Queen of England is, if I can relate it to something else. Could I actually have a volunteer in the front who would want to work with the PowerPoint slides? Oh my gosh, Alyssa, please. Okay, so the chief of state is like a ceremonial role. It's like the Queen of England. He poses for pictures, throws out the first pitch at baseball games, all of that kind of stuff. Like, it's just like really easy things. Can you go ahead and go to the next slide, please? So the next one is the chief executive. Could someone read off those bullet points for me? Go ahead, Stephanie.
Powers to appoint and remove people from federal office, power to pardon, executive privilege, executive order.
Awesome. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about that? It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, to the next one. Okay, he's the chief diplomat. So someone mentioned that he goes to Camp David. So at Camp David, like the Camp David Accords, he meets with foreign dignitaries and he signs treaties and, you know, makes different types of agreements with foreign dignitaries, like unofficial things. All right, on to the next one.
Oh, you got in trouble.
Okay, guys, Commander-in-Chief. What does the Commander-in-Chief do? I know you guys have heard this word before on the news.
She's still texting.
You're not.
I
No
saw your
way.
hand.
All right, guys.
I'm not.
hands
She
are
told
under
me
the
not to,
table.
and I'm not. I swear I'm not.
Our hands are under the table.
So
on the
what?
phone.
I'm not doing
Okay.
anything.
Yes, you are.
Dr. Rasha, thank you so much for Commander-in-Chief has full command of the U.S. Armed Forces. So what are the different types of armed forces? Shelley, do you know what the different armed forces are? Like the different parts of the military? Well, it's the Army, the Navy, there's some more. All right, what's the next slide, please? All right, the chief legislator. Would someone like to please read chief legislator, that slide? Misha.
President has great influence over Congress, recommends legislation and power of veto.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, and we'll just really quickly go through these next slides, and I'll have this on a sheet for you guys. So, Alyssa, could you go to the next slide, please? Okay, the chief administrator, so he's in charge of the different bureaucratic offices of the government. The next one, please. Okay, the chief of the party, so he's the leader of the Democratic Party, or the Democratic or Republican Party, and he has a lot of influence over different congressional members or people in federal offices to help influence make decisions. Okay, next one, please.
See, she's texting again.
Shelley, what does chief citizen say?
I can't see her, it's too small.
Okay, can you read rule number 3 on fast reporting?
I can't see that either. It's too far away, it's too small.
You mean number 4, only use devices.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you can see it. Okay, so chief citizen, the American president is a representative of all citizens of the country. Okay, and I think that's the last one. We can go ahead and move on to our activity if we have time. All
She's
right.
texting. You said no texting.
Oh, there's that texting.
She's texting. I'm watching her.
Oh. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, so I better not see any phone. So everyone please take a piece of blue paper that's on your table. And I will also give each of you, could I have a volunteer to pass out these, please, one for each table? Awesome, thank you, Eric. Okay. All right, so when you get your piece of paper, please fold it so you have 8 different compartments like this. So just fold it like this, like this, like this. She's texting.
better get my phone now.
Yes.
I want my phone.
All right. 8 different ones, like this, like this, like this. And each of you on your table, you also have a copy of a little piece of history. This is President Truman's daily schedule from November 14th, 1947. So that's kind of crazy. You can still see that, what he was doing on that day. So once you have your paper folded, I want you to go ahead and label Chief Executive, Legislator, Commander-in-Chief, Chief Administrator, Chief of Citizens, Party Chief, Chief Diplomat, and Head of State. I went through that really quickly.
Phone taken away.
Are you even allowed to do that? It's not like against my rights.
No, I can actually do it in the school with this policy. But you can have it at the end of class.
This is in America in this
At the
class.
end of class.
Can I have their phone? I'll hold on.
I'll hold it up here in my desk where it's locked, nice and safe. Okay, so go ahead and copy down these labels of each of the different 8 ones, and I want you to go through this list of the schedule and write down which one. Oh, we're done.